Hey guys, I'm Amit Kumar and welcome to this video in which we are going to talk about group by and having clause. Topics that we will cover up in this video are group by clause and its syntax, having clause and its syntax, difference between where clause and having clause, when to use where clause and when to use having clause, and also using SOQL with group by and having in Apex. So without wasting any time further, let's proceed with the video. We can use the group by option in a SOQL query to avoid iterating through individual query result. Group by clause is used in SOQL query to group a set of records by the values specified in the field. Syntax of using a group by clause is group by, then field group. Here, field group specifies a list of one or more fields which are separated by commas. We can perform aggregate function using the group by clause. If the list of fields in a select clause includes an aggregate function, then make sure to include all non-aggregated fields in the group by clause. The group by statement groups rows that have the same values into summary rows. Using the group by clause in SOQL results in a list of aggregate result objects. So generally when we perform a normal SOQL query, we get the result in a list of S object. But with the group by, we get a list of aggregate result objects. Hence, in Apex, the result should not be held in a list of S object. Instead of that, it should be held in a list of aggregate result. Here, aggregate result is nothing but a predefined class in Apex. Each aggregate function results in a field with the name expr0 or expression0, expression1, and so on for the aggregate result object. We can also use alias names while using the aggregate function results in Apex to get rid of expr0, expr1, etc. Now make sure these expressions or alias names can be used only when we are using this SOQL query in Apex and not in the query editor of the developer console. The having clause is used with a group by clause to filter the result returned by aggregate functions such as sum, average, min, max, etc. A having clause is similar to a where clause, but there is a slight difference between them, which says that we can include aggregate functions in a having clause, but not in a where clause. So if you are having a SOQL query, there are some fields which are grouped and some fields which are in the aggregate function. And if you want to provide any criteria on the aggregated fields, then that criteria should be with the having clause. And if you want to provide some criteria on the fields which are grouped, then that criteria will be mentioned with the where clause. So it's pretty much of talk, and now it's time to see all these things practically. And guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you want to stay updated with proper Salesforce tutorials and want to watch more tutorials, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Also, if you have thoughts or question, drop it in the comments. I would love to hear from you and promise I will read every single one. Thank you so much guys, and now you can proceed with the video. Hey guys, welcome to the practical session of group by and having clause. And in this session we are going to discuss about how we can use grouping of fields inside aggregate function. So in the last video I told you when you are using aggregate function you should not use fields directly. That is because they are an aggregate result of all the records. But if you want, you can certainly have that by using group by clause. Now suppose here I am getting annual revenue, sum of annual revenue and average of annual revenue. But if I want to know what is the sum of annual revenue for a specific type of account, then I can group it by that type. So how to do that? Here I will mention type field, and then after from account I should use group by clause, and then I will mention type. So here I am saying that I am grouping type field. So all the same types of accounts will be grouped together, and the sum of that type or sum of annual revenue for that type will be shown. Similarly, average of annual revenue for that type will be shown, right? Let me try to find out the maximum of annual revenue as well as minimum of annual revenue, and let me execute this. So here you can see it is giving me type field. Now sum of all the annual revenues for that type field is here. Average of all the annual revenues for that type field is here. Similarly, maximum and minimum of that is also given here. And from this I can clearly understand that there is no annual revenue available for installation partner and technology partner, and that's why it is not giving me any sum, average, max or min for it. Now how to use it in Apex code and how to fetch the values of these fields, definitely I am going to show you that. But before that, let me try to remove installation partner and technology partner. So there are two ways to remove that, right? First of all, I can clearly mention that where the type field is not in installation partner and technology partner, definitely it will work. When we are using where clause with such type of queries where we are using grouping, where clause should be written before group by. So here I will mention where type not in, and then I can mention installation partner and technology partner here. And if I will execute this, clearly you can see I am not getting those two results, right? So definitely you can use where clause, but where clause can only be used on the fields which are not being used in an aggregate function. For example, we are having sum of annual revenue, average of annual revenue, max of and min of annual revenue. So I cannot use where clause on sum of annual revenue. If I will try to do that, let me just remove this and try to use where sum of annual revenue is greater than 0, then see what will happen. It will give me an error. So the error itself is telling me that we should use a having clause over there, right? And that's what I wanted to tell you. If you want to provide any criteria, if you want to give any criteria on the fields on which you have performed aggregate function, then those aggregate function fields cannot be used with where clause. For them, we have to use having clause. Now having clause is written after the group by. So it is different. One more difference between where and having. First difference is where clause is used with normal fields, whereas having clause are used with aggregate function fields. Second difference, where clause is written before group by and having clause is written after group by. So here I will use having sum of annual revenue is greater than 0, and let me execute this. So I am getting the same result, right? So you can provide the criteria accordingly. If you want to provide the criteria on normal field, use where clause. If you want to provide criteria on aggregate function fields, use having clause. Now let's see how we can use it in an Apex, how we can get the result. In the last video, I have shown you aggregate result. Along with that, today I will show you how you can iterate over aggregate result and how you can use alias names. So let me copy this query. Let's go to Apex. Let me paste the query over here. And let me change the line so that you will be able to see all of them. So this is our whole query. Now this query is not giving us a single record, it is giving us more than one records. So we should hold it in a list of aggregate result rather than in a single aggregate result. And now we have to iterate over it. So let me mention it as results and let me iterate over it. And within that I can use system.debug. And here the first thing is account type only. So let me print that. As I told you, when you are using aggregate result, you cannot directly mention the field names with dot operator. You have to use get method, and within the get method, you have to mention the field names. I can mention type directly because it's a normal field and it's not an aggregate function. But the rest of them are aggregate function. And in the last class, I told you, you can use expr0, expr1. So this one will be for expr0, this one will be for expr1, this one will be for expr2. And this one will be for expr3. But instead of using these, what I'm going to use is aliases. Now what are aliases? Aliases are the other names or a secondary name that you can provide to an aggregate function, and you can use these names to access it from the aggregate result object. Now for the sum, I'm using sum. For average, I'm using avg. For max, I'm using max. For min, I'm using min. Now it's up to you. You can give it in any case. I'm giving it in uppercase so that I can easily distinguish it. So here I can mention sum. Here I can mention average. Now I will mention here as max and the next one as min. And then let me add a separator as well. Now this is your complete code as you can see right now. And here I'm using alias names to fetch the values from the aggregate function fields. Now definitely alias names are quite handy if you are using plenty of function fields. expr0, expr1 is quite confusing, but when you are using alias name, it is quite explanatory what that aggregate function is doing. Now one more change is to be done. There is no result of variable, it is res variable. So let me change it at all the places and execute. and here you can see the output is there. Now this is how you can use group by clause, you can use having clause, and you can use alias name when you are using them in an Apex code. Now make sure that these alias names work only with Apex code. If I'm going to use the same query here in the query editor, and let me execute this, I will get the result, but the alias name will not be visible over here. That marks the end of this video. See you soon in the next video. Till then, thank you and take care.